Hi ABSS user, now let's move to the master data checkpoint session. First, I will run the software as administrator and choose my data file, Cookie E10 Premier. The first thing I need to check is under Menu. Go to Setup, then Company Information. I need to ensure all the information here is correct and accurate, including the phone number, BRN number, TIN number, email address, SSD if any, and the MSIC code. I am not running any tourism tax, I will just put NA here. Then, I will put my business activity. For example, selling software to support LHDN E-Invoice. Once everything is checked, I will click the OK button. The second thing to check is contact card. I will check the contact card by going to our card file, clicking on the card list. Today, we have prepared 2 profiles for you. One is customer 2. Take note, what I want to highlight is the address that we are going to use. Let's say you only maintain one address, like in my example where I only maintain one address for customer 2. I need to ensure that the phone number and email address are accurate, as this is part of the requirements. After that, I will move to the card details. Here, there's nothing much to maintain, so I will go to the selling details since this is my customer. I need to ensure the correct BR number, TIN number, and MSIC code are entered. To make things easier, I will also set the system to automatically make any invoice created for customer 2 an E-Invoice, by ticking the checkbox. That's all I need to do for this customer, so I will click the OK button. Now let's move to the second profile, supplier profile. Here we called it a supplier list. Let's take a look at what I have maintained for the supplier list. Similarly, I only have one address. If you have multiple addresses, you can decide during the entry screen. For this example, Lisa is my supplier. I need to input Lisa's phone number, email address, and so on. There's nothing much to maintain in the card details, but I do need to tell the system what Lisa's company BRN is, which in this case is NA since it's a foreign company. After that, I will enter the TIN number, followed by the MSIC code, which I will just set to 00000. Then, I'll set the system to treat any purchase bill related to supplier Lisa as a self-billed e-invoice. I will also input the business activity and save the record by clicking the OK button. Next, let's move to the third checkpoint, item card. Go to Inventory, then click Item List. Today, we have prepared 2 items, the Samsung tablet and a laptop. Let's take a look at the Samsung tablet first. The important information here is, under Item Details, I need to specify the classification. Since I'm buying and selling this item locally, I'll use code 003. Take note, we should not choose code 004 because it's meant for consolidated e-invoices. After that, I'll move to Buying Details, where I specify that I buy from code entity. Tax type 06 is usually for overseas purchases, so I'll select the overseas option to indicate that I buy the item from overseas. Then, I'll go to Selling Details, where I indicate a sales tax of 10%. The tax type is also sales tax. Lastly, I will check the history and location. Once that's done, I'll save the record. Now, I'll move on to the second item, the laptop. I'll check similar details here, starting with the item details, classification code, buying details, and selling details. Once that's checked, I'll click OK and save the record. Lastly, we need to check the account information. Go to the Account Cards module, then Account List. Today, we have prepared the account codes for this demo. The first one is the income account, which we will set to miscellaneous income. Let's take a look. For miscellaneous income, nothing changes, but I will go to the details and define the classification. 022 is meant for others. Probably we will have a service about others. I will also set the service tax to 8%, and the tax type will be service tax. Another example is the sum bank account. This one is important because when you issue a sales invoice to your customer, in the LHDN E-Invoice mechanism, you need to specify your supplier's bank account number. So, after maintaining those tax codes, classification codes, and tax types, I will input the bank account number in the Banking tab and then save it. That's all for this chapter. Thank you.